There was a question last night as the coaches left the field following Bill O'Brien's first ever victory over Bill Belichick. O'Brien had spent time in New England. He had been 0-5 against Belichick. You saw it.
Yeah.
What did you make of everything with Bill Belichick is awkward to some degree or another. What did you make of that interaction?
Yeah, I mean, Bill is never really warm and cozy with anybody, Bill Belichick, that is, after games. But that seemed to be more abrupt than normal. It was literally like a walk, cross your body. I shook your hand so we could say we could do it, but I'm not really going to break my stride of walking to where, yeah, I looked at it as like, ooh, I think he's still a little bitter about the offseason stuff. To me, that looked like he felt like old friends went behind his back and schemed something up without telling him. And he's probably like, I've done a lot of good for you guys and have, tried to, push you in the right direction and shed some knowledge on you. And then here you guys go behind my back.
You're talking about the effort to hire away Nick Caserio.
Exactly. That to me was probably what showed to me.
Hey, the fact that the Patriots filed tampering charges suggests that there is some venom there. There's some hostility. There's some hard feelings. The belief was that Jack Easterby, who had been an executive with the Patriots, shows up at the ring ceremony at Robert Kraft's house, spotted talking extensively with Nick Caserio, and it's the next day that the Texans fired Brian Gaine and immediately requested permission to interview Nick Caserio. So they were skeptical about it from the get-go.
Yep.
It got ugly quickly, and the Texans backed off. But you're right. There's a right way to do things. There's a wrong way to do things. And look at where the Texans are. They didn't get Caserio. They may never get Caserio. They're talking about not having a GM for next year, although I'll believe that when I see it. But it could be that there's a little something there. And, the bottom line is Belichick got his butt whooped for the second time this year on a Sunday night. And you just have to wonder how many more of those are coming.
Right. I don't know if a lot are coming as far as getting their butt whooped, but that's a scary matchup for them nonetheless. In the playoffs, if Deshaun Watson and company come into town and the Texans defense does look like it's turning the corner a little bit there, especially with some of these new, people they've acquired through, Vernon Hargraves, Garyon Conley, Reed getting back healthy. Maybe they can bolster that defense a little bit to where they're formidable, because that's been a big issue. But, man, if Watson comes to town and has to go up to New England, that will not be, an easy matchup for the New England Patriots at any point.
Chiefs at the Bengals, Bills, and Dolphins. 3 of their final 4 games are at home.
Yeah.
I mean, the Patriots should be able to get a bye.
Yes.
They may have squandered their shot at the top seed. But, you talk about Deshaun Watson. You look at what he did to the Patriots. We saw what Lamar Jackson did. We've seen historically what mobile quarterbacks do.
Right.
It makes me convinced that the Patriots' next quarterback is going to be mobile.
I wouldn't be shocked that if they went that way, and they're the type of coaching staff that has proven to us that they're ahead of the times more times than not, whether inventing new offensive philosophies, even what they're doing on defense.
Well, they're behind the times now.
Well, yeah, they are, but they've gotten, they're behind the times. And what was the price of being behind the times? Winning 6 Super Bowls and going to 9 of them.
I don't disagree with that, but my point is the trend is already locked in. They're catching up to everybody else if they get a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, no, yes, it is. But I still think New England would be more the type to know how to utilize it. But I think they really like Jarrett Stidham too. And I don't know if they're going to, change a whole lot of what their approach is as far as Belichick, offensive football, what he learned with the Giants and all of that. I still think they're going to be somewhat what we see right now. But they just need more weapons on offense in general.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.